So PewDiePie is yet again in trouble for Lord knows the 50th time, it feels like. This time is all about a meme that he posted on Twitter about Demi Lovato and her recent drug relapse. There's a lot of back and forth coming from both sides about who's in the right and who's in the wrong about that whole meme. So naturally, it's only right for me to give someone an L, but I won't tell you who until after the...
He called us Twitch thoughts.
What kind of guy do you think I am, huh?
You owe this L for that bum ass.
Stupid.
Can we copy strike him right now?
So it's 2018 and people are offended by things that don't affect them whatsoever yet again. It's not very uncommon, it's a very common story actually. This time this story relates around PewDiePie and Demi Lovato. So if you don't know, Demi Lovato recently relapsed and got found unconscious in a hotel room or something like that after overdosing on heroin, and PewDiePie posted a meme related to that topic on his Twitter, which he has now had to delete because of the backlash. The meme was something like, ask mom for money for cheeseburger, but use money instead to buy heroin like a boss, right? I'm sure it looks better in the picture than the way I just described it, but you get the gist of it, right? It doesn't seem too harmful, doesn't seem too brutal, doesn't seem like he's really attacking her too aggressively, because I've seen a lot of worse memes since this whole thing has went on. This is one of the light ones. But nonetheless, people are very, very offended and they're very disturbed and upset because Felix posted something like this on his Twitter, which is funny to me because all throughout this year for the last 3-4 months, I'd say people have been trying to hammer home this idea and this logic to me that you don't need to worry about what other people say, that words don't hurt you, and freedom of speech is a thing, so you can't even be upset at people when they say things you don't like. But now all of a sudden we're talking about Demi Lovato is a little bit different. Now instead of crying for freedom of speech, people are screaming out, "Leave Britney alone!" And it's funny because people would just leave her alone if she would just leave the... Too far? If I said that, would you be even more mad? I figured you would get more mad, so I won't even say it. I'll just leave it for the smart people to figure out where I was going with that. If you can put 2 and 2 together, I'm sure you can get what I was going for. But if I did say it, if I did finish that statement, would it really mean anything? Because again, the logic is freedom of speech, right? Words don't hurt, right? You shouldn't worry about other people's opinions, right? Yet that one poorly done meme left everyone angry and upset at Felix. I don't see all those people who were preaching that to me, leaving paragraphs and essays in my comments at 4 in the morning. I don't see you all of a sudden. Where are you? Why aren't you protecting the right that you love to protect so much? Is it because you don't like Felix? Is it because you like Demi Lovato? Or is it for some other reason? Maybe you just don't have that kind of time on your hands anymore like you used to. Because now it's all just hate, and everyone's offended. No one's really trying to defend Felix outside of his fan base, of course. And I know it sucks to be PewDiePie right now because I know where he is. Like, once you reach a certain level, you can't really say what you truly think and feel because there are repercussions that could cost you a lot of revenue. So he just has to sit back, delete the meme, apologize, and hope it all goes away yet again, which I'm sure he's tired of doing. He can never have fun. Luckily for me, I still get to have fun. I haven't reached the level where I really care about that kind of stuff, so I can just say exactly how I feel and what I think about topics without really having to worry about losing brand sponsorships and things like that. And I'm sure what Felix is truly thinking right now is that he honestly just wants all of you to get off of his dick. He can't say it, but I'm sure in his mind that's what he's thinking, like, God damn, could you please hop all the way off? Because this happens every time he does any small thing that might trigger some small group of people. Everyone who hates him comes back flying out of the woodworks with the classic hashtag cancel PewDiePie. PewDiePie's over party. I'm unsubscribing. You can't unsubscribe from someone you were never subscribed to begin with. I'm sure he realizes that the main people trying to push that trend and make that a thing and promote that narrative are the people who have been trying to do it for the last, what, 3-4 years? If it didn't work the last 3 times, why you think all of a sudden it's going to work now? I'm sure at some point him and his team realized that it doesn't really affect him when you guys get mad because you don't support him anyway. If 1 million people who don't like you all get together and decide not to support you any longer and unsubscribe and ignore all news related to you, guess how many fans PewDiePie just lost? 0. Guess how much revenue PewDiePie just lost? Zero. This would be like if you just stood outside his house all day screaming, like everything inside his, no, it's not like if you were outside his house. It's like you are in a different county completely, screaming at him that you hate him. Doesn't really affect him because he can barely hear you since you aren't his target fan base to begin with. So to all the angry, outraged SJWs and blog sites who are definitely going to write articles about this and say how they wish that YouTube would just get rid of Felix. He is so toxic, kind of like the drugs that, never mind. He is not going anywhere. I'm going to be honest with you, I think that line might have been the one that's going to trigger you. If I didn't trigger you earlier, that one probably got you a little bit. Calm down. It's a joke. Words don't mean anything. But like I was saying, these blog sites who are going to write these articles saying cancel Pewdiepie like they've done for the last Lord knows how long, don't actually want him to be canceled. They are only saying those things because they want views. And if he was ever actually canceled, what the fuck would they do for traffic? Lord knows those sites would go extinct. If he ran out, they run out. You get what I'm saying? So they don't really want him canceled. You people don't really want him canceled because you like to complain online. Without him, there's nothing to really complain about on YouTube so much per se. Maybe you'll start talking about other YouTubers that you hate and start canceling them too. But really, it doesn't mean anything. You're not canceling anybody. Those sites aren't canceling anybody. No one's getting canceled. No one's really upset. This is just a spur of the moment thing full of emotions. And by next month, hell, by next week, we'll all forget about it. Just like you all forgot about those memes about Lamar Odom when he was going through his relapse. Oh wait, you don't forget those because you never cared about those. You only care now because it's about Demi Lovato, and I'm not sure what gives her that privilege, but I'm guessing it's because you are big fans of her. So now it's a very important topic yet again, because this isn't the first time we had this conversation. And to be honest with you, the whole thing is just kind of tired. I don't really care enough to continue to carry on telling you why exactly your opinions are wrong, but I do care enough to tell you that all of you, whether it be the blog sites, the social justice warriors, or Demi's fans who are trying to attack Pewdiepie, you all deserve this L. And I'm not going to rhyme this time. I'm just going to end it because I feel like I've said quite enough to get my point across. So if you agree with me that they deserve this L, be sure to leave a like. And based off the logic, since my words don't mean anything, there's no logical reason why this video should be covered in dislikes, right? Probably not. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get flooded, right? But you're not going to leave a comment because you're just not that tough. You like to hit the dislike and sneak off and cry on Twitter. You're not going to actually comment because you don't have anything to comment. You don't have anything to defend. When people know they're wrong about something, they just quietly hate from the shells. But for those of you who are tough enough, feel free to comment down below your opinions on the whole topic at hand. Let me know how you feel about it, whether you disagree or agree. I don't mind either way. And of course, if you are new, subscribe to join me and the famous few on our path to greatness. Next time, the famous King Fame, and I am
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This thing of ours, oh, this thing of ours. A fraternity of drug dealers ringing off. I just happen to be alumni. Too legit, they still looking at me with one eye.